Hello again. Time for some new games here. It's year 2011 now, and of course, as the start of every year, it's time for Vi kan se tournament. Vi kan se is quite funny in Swedish because it means we can see. Vi kan se. I don't know if it's the same in Dutch, but I guess so. Anyway, I have the tournament here. Hikaru Nakamura won the tournament, so it was a great result for him. Vishy Anand, world champion, got second, and Carlsen and Aronian shared first place, and then Kramnik and MVL. And we can see Shirov had a bad tournament. Very bad tournament for Shirov. I think this might be soon. Shirov will fall out of the guys that get invited to this one. Now he's like a 26-60 player, so he's no longer invited to the top tournaments, and this might have been some of the last tournaments where he's invited, I think. But this tournament has been great. You can see here 5 wins, 2 losses for Magnus, and a lot of exciting games. First game here is against Giri. I think this is the first time we see Anish Giri here, and as you can see, I've selected 6 games. There were very, very many interesting games, and one thing that I have helped, for example, if we take some game here, Magnus against Hikaru, I copy them from chessgames.com, and sometimes if they have been featured as game of the day, then they are probably quite interesting stuff. So that's one of the things that I look for, and also I play through the games, of course, to see if they are interesting or not. But if they have been featured as game of the day on chessgames.com, then they're probably quite interesting. So first game is against Giri, and I'm gonna request a computer analysis by Stockfish 17. You can see our Stockfish 17 server analysis. It's very, very nice of lichess.com, like lichess.org, that I can use their site to save the games and do computer analysis and so on. Okay, so let's look at this game. As you can see here, Anish will defeat Magnus. Let's talk a little bit about Anish Giri. He is from the Netherlands. I guess Indian descent maybe, but he has grown up in Netherlands. He is a very good theoretician, quite a good player. He's mostly famous for he played in the candidates tournaments, maybe 2016 or something like that, and there was this kind of a joke about him because he played a perfect tournament because he drew all games, but it's actually very, very not correct. I've looked at a lot of Giri games, and he always plays very, very sharp, interesting openings, often very sharp games. He's actually one of the most sharp, interesting players of all. So that nickname, Drawish Giri and stuff like that, it's very unfair to him. He was very close to get. He probably might have been playing some more candidates. I'm not so sure about it. He was like one of the highest rated players in the world for a long time, something like 2780 or so. He's married another chess player, and I think they have a bunch of kids now, so because of that he hasn't played much, and it has gone quite bad for him. He's below 2700 now, for example, now when I make this video, but hopefully he can come back to high 27. I've also been enjoying some of his courses on Chessable. It's quite often quite nice when he's like playing and streaming and stuff like that. But he has been the best player from Holland for a long time, but now he's under attack by a new player from Holland called Jordan van Forest, who is probably high rated right now, but Giri has is better like for Giri is definitely the best player from Holland ever. There is also an old player from Holland, Jan Timman, who was very strong in the 80s and the 90s. I actually defeated him in a real game in 2015 maybe in Denmark. So that's one of the that's the most famous player that I have defeated in a real game. Okay, enough about Giri. Let's go and look at the game here. Giri is a good theoretician, and he plays the Greenfield defense here. Magnus tries to make it theoretical because Giri is such a good theoretician, so it's good for him to get it untheoretical. But Giri, of course, knows this as well, and you can see here the computer already thinks that he has equalized here with this move. I don't really understand this queen d2 really. Don't really see the point. Looks wrong to put it on d2. Often you want to, but I guess he wants to do maybe b3 and bishop b2. Okay, I don't really see the point with queen d2, to be fair, and the computer doesn't like it either. So here, no, he does d5, e4. Maybe you could also trade here. That would be quite an even position then, I think. But this is of course more exciting. But yeah. Okay, this is a bit interesting. I see why there is a tactical problem with this now. That as we will see in the game here, like if I'm correct, if black would do like this, then this would be good for white, because this just looks a little bit slow. Maybe it's still fine for black, but it's definitely better for white than the game. So he has this trick that he does now, where he takes this one, and black can take back, and after this one he can take on c3 because the queen is under attack, and then he can do like this. So if the queen were not here, if it was some other place, then this tactic wouldn't have worked, because when black take the pawn here, then white can just save the rook, of course, if the queen is not under attack. So this all sequence here of trades only works because of that, and you can see the computer thinks the game is equal here. And now there is quite a big I can already see what's happening here because I can read his chess notation. It looks like Magnus is blundering a piece here soon. He has the right idea, but he made it tactically. Looks like the computer thinks maybe he should do this and play it around like this would be something, but instead he plays this. That's fine, covering the pawn, but now he makes a huge blunder here that loses a piece in the game. And this is actually a trick that, because I'm like I'm also a fan of Bughouse, and this tactic here that happens here, it happens a lot in Bughouse, where black wins now by playing e3, and yeah, of course, when he takes here, then the queen, so you get rid of this stuff here, and of course now it's so because of this trick, white cannot play knight g5, so he has to play knight d4 instead. But this position now is simply much better for black. Black has won a pawn for nothing. Maybe white can hold it, but it's pretty bad for white. But of course it's better than this one. It's easy to see that this is not working because of this. So best chance is this one. If he takes, then you can take here maybe. Let's see why he didn't do that. So if he takes here, okay, then this one is winning. This might have been something that Magnus missed, but I don't think so. I think he might have missed this e3 altogether, because if you have seen this like this tactic that you cut off the defender before, then you will realize this is pretty bad. So let's see here what happens here. Yeah, it's because e2 here, yeah. e2, and then this very nice queen sacrifice by Anish Giri. And this looks like... This is also like a typical mate here that you always have to look out for. Actually, I think I lost one game because my opponent forced him into this pin here. This is just like game over here. You can't do anything else than offering the queen, but then it's just a free piece up, of course. So that one is a very nice queen sacrifice. And Anish Giri is very good tactically. So, but he's a little bit like... Some of these chess players are sometimes being nonchalant, and Magnus was not very nonchalant here. That sometimes they're just making a move and they are like feeling invincible, like I'm such a genius, I can never miss a chess move, like but sometimes they're nonchalant. So here he missed this, that black is winning a piece. Giri also has that a few times, but the player that's by far the most nonchalant and by far lose most games because he's blundering pieces. Like this is a fairly simple tactic even for me here, that this wins a piece for black. And it's Jan Nepomniachtchi, both of the World Championship matches. I think he played all 3 World Championship matches, 2 against Magnus, 1 against Ingler, and all of them he lost like this kind of simple tactics. And that's because he's often not thinking, he's moving at once and then go and drink coffee and watch TV or whatever in the restroom. So it's unfortunate for Magnus that he went into this, but it might have mean that he missed e3. But I think that's the likelihood that he missed e3, because if he saw this one, then he would surely see here that Anish has this very nice queen sacrifice here, taking new queen, and this is a setup here, pinning a fianchetted bishop like this. This is just a setup that you just have to know by heart, that this is very bad for white. Okay, it was a little bit short video, but as we can see, Magnus is fighting back next game against Jan Smets. See you then.